Ian had always been a thinker. As a child, he would spend hours lost in thought, imagining worlds and stories that existed only in his mind. As he grew older, his introspective nature became a burden. He found himself constantly ruminating on past mistakes, worrying about the future, and analyzing every social interaction. His thoughts were all-consuming, and he couldn't seem to find a way to turn them off. Ian's excessive thinking had a negative impact on his life. He struggled with anxiety and depression, and he found it difficult to form meaningful relationships. He tried therapy and medication, but nothing seemed to work. It wasn't until he stumbled upon a mindfulness class that he began to find some relief. The instructor, a wise and serene woman named Maria, taught Ian that it was possible to quiet his mind and live in the present moment. She explained that our thoughts are not reality, but rather just mental events that we can choose to engage with or let go. Through a series of guided meditations and exercises, Ian began to learn how to observe his thoughts without getting caught up in them. At first, it was challenging. Ian felt like he was constantly battling against his own mind. But as he practiced mindfulness more regularly, he began to notice small changes. He found that he was more present during conversations with friends, and he could appreciate the beauty around him without getting lost in his thoughts. One day, Ian was walking through the park when he saw a group of children playing tag. Instead of just observing them from a distance, he decided to join in. As he ran and laughed with the kids, he realized that for the first time in a long time, he wasn't thinking about anything else. He was just fully immersed in the present moment. Of course, mindfulness wasn't a cure-all for Ian's excessive thinking. He still had bad days where his thoughts felt overwhelming, but he learned that he could use mindfulness techniques to help him manage those moments. By focusing on his breath, for example, he could anchor himself in the present and let his thoughts drift away. Over time, Ian found that he was able to enjoy life more fully. He started pursuing hobbies that he had always been interested in but had never made time for. He made new friends and even started dating again. His excessive thinking was still a part of him, but it no longer controlled him. If you struggle with excessive thinking like Ian did, there are a few things you can do to help manage it. Mindfulness is one effective technique, but it's not the only one. Other strategies include exercise. Physical activity can help quiet the mind and release tension. Journaling, writing down your thoughts, can help you gain perspective and process your emotions. Therapy, a mental health professional, can help you identify the root causes of your excessive thinking and teach you coping skills. Medication, if your excessive thinking is caused by a chemical imbalance, medication may be helpful. Ultimately, finding what works for you may require some trial and error, but with patience and persistence, it's possible to break free from the cycle of excessive thinking and live a more fulfilling life.